So you're thinking about moving to Carroll County and you're wondering, what are the pros and cons of living here? What's it like to live in Carroll County, the good, the bad? And that's what we're going to talk about here today. And before we get started, if you haven't followed my channel yet, I make videos like this every week so that you can stay up to date on the Maryland real estate market and everything going on across the state. So make sure to subscribe, and with that, let's get started. So if you're not from Maryland or you don't know much about Carroll County, you should know that it is located in north central Maryland. It has a population of about 170,000 people, and it has various towns and somewhat large cities that are scattered across it. But when I think about Carroll County, I immediately think about farmland. And that's what's going to bring us into our first pro, which is the ideal location of Carroll County. This is one of the few places where you can live out in the middle of nowhere, or so it feels, and still be able to commute to very popular cities for work, like Baltimore, Annapolis, Frederick, and even DC. Even though it's a little farther, there are so many ways to commute from Carroll County to all of these locations. There are so many back roads, and it's not very congested in the majority of Carroll County on these roads. So if you're looking for more secluded property or some kind of property with land, Carroll County is the place for you. But what if you're looking to have more of a connection with your neighbors, or maybe a more walkable location to local stores or restaurants or shops? Well, that's what brings us to pro number 2, which is the amazing selection of small towns and cities in Carroll County. And if you're looking for that small town vibe, one of the best places that you can live in Carroll County is Sykesville. Now, this is more of a city than a town with over 4,000 residents, but it consistently ranks as one of Maryland's top places to live, and I'm really not surprised, and mainly because of their downtown. They have an historic downtown that has a ton of shops and restaurants and really cool walkable areas that you can enjoy if you live there, or if you're just looking to make a day trip. And one of my favorite breakfast spots in all the area is in downtown Sykesville, so I'll link that below. Make sure you check it out, especially if you're planning on visiting. And maybe that small town historic feel isn't really what you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for the newer home in a development, but really close to a lot of amenities, and that's where I would recommend moving to Eldersburg. And Eldersburg is a very large, sprawling city right smack dab in the center of Carroll County. You have everything you could need right there, all the shops and restaurants you could need, but you also have developments that are brand new or recently built that you can move to, and all kinds of options for living there. So if you're looking for that kind of feel, Eldersburg is the place for you. And what if you want a mix of both? You want that historic charm, but you also want all of the amenities that you could possibly need? Well, the solution is Westminster. And this is Carroll County's biggest city with over 20,000 residents in Westminster alone. It just crushes the other ones in comparison as far as how big it is. And the cool thing here is you could live in the old historic buildings all the way to the new construction communities just on the outskirts and still have all of the amenities that you could need. And the only downside I would say to Westminster is it's a little farther out than some of the other cities from major commuter areas, but in general, it's pretty easy to get from Westminster to Baltimore or Frederick or DC. It's just going to take you a little bit longer. All right, so cities are great and all, but what is there to do in Carroll County when you actually move here? Well, I would say that the outdoor activities here are really great, and you're going to have a ton of things to do, especially in the warm weather months in Maryland. And the two places that come to mind are Piney Run Park and Liberty Reservoir. And Piney Run Park is a 300-acre lake that's set on, I think, around 500 acres or so of land, and it has 5 miles of hiking trails. There's tennis courts and other fun things to do, but if you're looking to go fishing or boating, it's a really fun place to go. And Liberty Reservoir is also a really great place to go. It is 30 times bigger than Piney Run Park. It is a massive lake or reservoir, and it's actually not in Carroll County. It's on the border of Carroll County, but a huge chunk of the shoreline is inside of Carroll County. So you can access it from Carroll or Baltimore County. And a fun fact is it's 144 feet deep. That is insane. And some of the biggest fish in the state have been caught here. Records are broken here all of the time. And another fun fact is there is a 12-mile tunnel under the Liberty Reservoir all the way to Baltimore City, and that's where they purify the water and give it out to Baltimore residents. So really crazy, awesome place to go visit. Even if you're not kayaking or boating, you can just walk the shoreline and hike their many trails, and it's an amazing view there, and you'll love it, especially if you're an outdoors person. And after a long day on the lake or trails, you might want to kick back and relax with a cold beer or a nice glass of wine. And that's where I recommend checking out one of the many local Carroll County breweries and wineries. And there's two that I recommend that I'm going to link in the description below. But if you need more or you're looking for restaurants in the area, please reach out to me and I am happy to give you my full list of recommendations. So those are the good things, the pros to living in Carroll County. But what are the not so good things? What are the cons of living in Carroll County? And I would have to say that the first con to moving to or living in Carroll County are the home prices. Now, don't get me wrong, the home prices in Carroll County are still way more competitive than many other counties in Maryland, especially nearby counties. But what my issue here is during the pandemic, people started eyeing up that farmland. They started eyeing up the properties, the houses that have a lot of land and saying, man, I could work from home and I don't have to go to the city anymore. I can move out here, have my internet access and be good to go. And because of that, the home prices have skyrocketed in Carroll County in just the last couple years. So if you're moving here, you're not going to see the same prices that you would have seen in 2018 or 19, but comparatively, you're still in good shape. So it's kind of a pro and a con. And the second con of living in Carroll County are the lack of jobs here, or I should say the variety of jobs in Carroll County. There's plenty of service jobs and industrial level jobs, but there's not a huge variety of industries represented here. So I would say that other counties in the area will be more fitting for that. You know, there's a couple government sector contractors that have moved into the Eldersburg area and around Sykesville, but there's not that many. So if you're looking to work very close by, you're a little limited on the types of jobs that will be available. And the last con of moving to Carroll County actually has to do with when you're trying to purchase here. And the problem is that inventory is notoriously low in Carroll County, so your options are slim. Now, when you move into your new house in Carroll County, that's an amazing thing that helps to elevate and stabilize your home prices. You know, it keeps a floor there. But while you're searching, it can be a little bit of a bear. So you're definitely going to need some help navigating that market. And if you do need help with that, please reach out to me. I'm happy to help. I work all across the state of Maryland, helping home buyers and sellers. So I can get that done for you. I'll let you know the little tips and tricks for searching in Carroll County and the surrounding areas. And you can either reach out to me at my information listed below, give me a call, text me, email me, or you can even reach out to me on my Instagram at Eddie Brady Real Estate. You can follow me there as well. And as always, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe so that you stay up to date on all of my videos about living in Maryland.